Thanks for joining Chris and Rob Game Room. We're here about to watch a matchup between Robert Hernandez and Jared Gaskin. Robert's the other half of Chris and Rob Game Room. Jared's good buddy. We played with him quite a few times, especially at Duncanville Bookstore. Good people. And Joe, Vega, and myself are going to be commenting. This is Chris Zuroski. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
All right. I like it.
I'm back, guys.
Did you bring your sexy back, or did you leave that in the kitchen?
I left it in the kitchen.
Okay.
It's a family stream.
I mean, it is after 9 o'clock, so we're pretty much showtime right now.
Hours.
Standards and practices do not apply to us anymore, gentlemen.
Oh.
Okay, so are you both ready to start the roll off and all that?
I'm ready.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Jared, I do not see your. Oh yeah, I do. I just gotta click on it.
And good luck, gentlemen.
All right, let's roll it. I have 2 6-sided die. Is that cool?
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Do we need to be in the booth commentating?
12.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Robert, go ahead and roll for me.
All right, I'm gonna
Roll for
turn
you.
down
All right, I already rolled a 12.
Yeah.
that room
For me.
a little
I
bit.
know. So, see if you can roll 12 twice.
Somehow you're gonna roll a 13. 8.
All right,
So
your choice.
So I won the roll off. So you have to pick your team first.
okay.
My team
All right.
first.
Yep.
So, Joe, what's your thoughts on the matchup tonight?
I'm gonna go.
I see the Brothers 3 has a real chance up against one of Robert's team. The D&D team, I don't know. It brings a lot to the table in the form of and he's got the Tabashi Rogue and the battle stack, so that could help him out, get boosted into that Asarak. It's just pretty high cost.
Do you have you don't have your mic muted in the chat?
Womp womp.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. Okay.
He's trying to, and I wasn't saying anything mean in the first place.
No.
So he's trying to do something big with the Asarak. So
yeah. I mean, I watched the.
by the way, Jared, I love your 2 teams. I wasn't saying anything negative about them. I was just kind of giving a comprehensive breakdown of your teams.
You're very fine.
Yeah, he has a chance with the Brothers 3 up against that nasty Fix-It team.
Oh, and it looks like Jared picked the Raznasi Asarank team versus Robert's Boom Boom Mr. Miracle Yanti team.
I just think that Robert's team is too fast for that.
Yeah. Yeah, when I looked at the matchups, I both of them have holes on their teams. I think at this point, that's you could tell who does and doesn't have holes on their team. But I mean, I think Jared knows how to work around his, and I think Robert knows how to work around his, and that's just going to be what the matchup's going to come down to tonight is just them working around their holes.
The important part, if you see that you have an unfair advantage one way or the other, working through that through tight gameplay, some good rolls will really help you kind of get there.
Yeah, it definitely goes a long way. So, all right, let's see. Looks like they're discussing who should go for. I don't have that volume turned up at all because it overtakes my sound.
I'll go first.
All right.
All right. Jared is going first.
First option here is obviously Battery Battle Stack and or Kobold Trap.
He might go for 2 Cobalt Traps to reduce the cost of
Yep.
Acererak to 3.
Timer up.
Oh, I do not have the timer up.
Now, guys. A fist, and that's bad.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have any globals for him to use to make use of that, to make an effective use of the fist.
Yeah.
The best thing he could do is Skeleton Key here and hope to roll double energy for. I would have actually chosen the Shriek. Saying before, Jared could go for the Shriek there and kind of get that counter up for Spot or Pepper Potts or Boom Boom, whichever one Robert decides to buy in the next turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to set. I have the timer on there. I don't have the thing. There we go. I have it at 24:35. So what did Jared buy? Oh, he bought. Okay, he bought the Skeleton Key and the Tabaxi. Okay. And this is a change up from last week with Robert. He already purchased the Investigation.
He's following through with the ramp. See, the only thing that would normally interrupt that is Tabaxi Rogue, which Jared has.
Yeah. And looks like we got Shadow in the channel also, watching the game.
That one of those pieces, one of those key pieces that you were talking about, filling the hole that was left there by not having enough control. And I think this is it. I think this is kind of his way to keep him humble.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right.
Counterplay of a Shriek, which I think he should have just honestly kept going. I think he should have kept going and purchased his Spot and or Yancy Pureblood just to keep it going.
Yeah, it's just Robert's the type of previously he was the type of player that he would just try to get his pieces first and then move on to trying to get ramp. He's doing it in reverse. He's not quite ready for that right now.
Really something that he's trying to follow through in practice.
Yeah, which takes time. Ooh, he got energy. That actually might be better as energy. He gets the same value out of it.
Yeah, but he's missing a bolt. He needs he's missing a bolt there. He needs it.
Oh, he got the ramp and he
4 here because you're right. It would have been better with the 2 energy. He would have been able to make 2 solid purchases.
Yeah, instead now he's doing damage to himself.
Ag too.
Yeah. So he's down to 17. It's not terrible, but it's a bit rough. Oh.
Early Shriek. I see what happened there.
Yeah, he was trying
to... he's effectively recycling his bag once again.
Mm-hmm.
Here a blob and
what would you think about a green devil mask here?
I would actually, but the Skeleton Key is key against that.
Yeah, but it's when fielded. It's not like he has to refield the Skeleton Key.
Oh, that's actually true. So I guess hey, hashtag buy the GDM.
Yeah. Because Jared's about to start fielding some stuff.
Yeah, Robert has a decent setup for his next turn, and the fact that he's guaranteed to get one of those 4 pieces that he has bought already, or one of those 5, excuse me. So give him a chance, but Jared is still in control of the game, and the fact that he has control over his bag, especially with the Heimdall boosting his ramp.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit like Robert definitely still has a road. He has a good road. Like what Jared did
Is that
there,
he's putting 12 dice in his bag,
which that's always rough. He does have the blob here,
which could potentially stop the Ross Nisi
Yep,
stack.
or the Acerak. That's a level 1 blob, so he can field it without any worry about doing the trap trip.
Stopped it from fielding, but it's capture. It's capture.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
So he
has the uncommon.
That's actually really smart for his team, honestly.
Okay. No, this is completely perfect play. That's why he did it. He just happened to luck into the draw. So his options were either pull the Shriek, get the, Shriek the Tabashi Rogue, or blob the Tabashi Rogue. So he's solid right there.
Yeah, man. Now he doesn't have to worry about his ramp anymore. He can just ramp freely unless another rogue is purchased. But he's got one more die over there. I don't think Jared's gonna worry about purchasing that right now. He's gonna worry about just fielding that.
It's kind of in a rough spot in the fact that he lost one of his main control pieces, which was kind of helping him get there in the end. So now he has to kind of have this uphill battle where as well as make big purchases.
Yeah. You want to jump down to table 1 in the Discord? So Jared can join us?
Jared?
Not Jared. Ryan.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. All right. Here we go. So Robert kind of has his game in control right now with with capturing that he did. He really just needs. What is he blanking here? Did he say what he blanked?
I don't have any cool globals here. I think
I'm not going to ask him either. I think he may have blanked Skeleton Key. Yeah, he blanked Skeleton Key.
Pass priority.
Makes sense. So now he can purchase Green Devil Mask without threat.
Yeah, essentially here he can do whatever he wants from this point out.
One good one here.
Ross Nisi. I see Jared has it symbolized by tapping the card there.
So he blanked Ross Nisi.
A lot of energies.
So right now, Jared has no board clear.
No board clear. He has no other way to get rid of anybody. There's no force attack or force block globals. He's just going to have to do the traditional setup of trying to get that Ross Nisi free, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, all the options he had for that, it's kind of gone. He's got to just try to ramp and push through.
Fine with that.
Boom Boom is harsh.
Yeah. If he could have only gotten that Yancey in there too.
And it didn't roll.
Oh man.
Field and then 2 to purchase a Yancey. Hello, Ryan.
Boom boom.
Sorry, I'm late. Looks like my match here has been canceled, so figured I'd jump in here with you guys, see what Robert's doing.
Okay, cool.
That's unfortunate that your match got canceled, though.
Well, I'm having some issues with my internet, so I was contemplating canceling it anyways, and then Ben contacted me and said that he had some unexpected company show up tonight, so it kind of all worked out for the best.
I mean, to be fair, Friday's the day that everyone's supposed to start the matches.
Right.
So, and by the way, guys, my match is on Saturday at, I believe, 8 o'clock. Let me just check that.
That I will be off on that time.
Okay.
Get the hints is the only thing
Yeah,
that's
8
good
o'clock.
for that.
So,
We have Phil
Ryan, are you going to be able to stream for us for that so you guys can comment on it?
in my turn.
On Saturday evening, probably not, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Joe will just be there to
Alright.
watch then.
Sure.
All right, here we go.
I'll be playing Gary
Oh, wow.
Kondek.
Because he's got the Mr. Miracle
Hey, that's not what we want.
I don't see a level 2 there.
actions.
It was not even a level.
Oh.
I mean, he's disappointed, but he can still do 4 damage here.
Yeah, no, damage-wise, he's
Alright,
doing plenty.
So I'm going to play Investigation. That's going to ping you for 2 from Boom Boom.
He could do 5, actually.
Yeah, get the hints will do an additional damage as well.
Roll them.
But isn't get the hints only to a character?
No, it's to
To a
anything.
player? Okay.
I will play Get the Hints. That's going to ping you for 3. 1, 2, 3, down to 15.
Yeah, Robert took control of this match after getting that blob out was key for him, honestly.
Yeah, he got the blob out, captured the Tabaxi Rogue, and then the Shriek. He named the Rosnice with Shriek, I believe it was.
Yeah. So
It's the only way for him to clear the table.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although the blob is,
Windows only on
it's gonna
my
be
turn.
really hard for him to clear out blob at any point.
Not cool, man. All right.
He can just get the spot here.
I'm just going to buy.
He should hold on to the mask Heimdall. Oh wait, he has to Heimdall now if he's gonna do that. I would just buy 2 get the Henses possibly.
Probably gonna wind up doing.
That was a fist.
Yeah, no, the Investigation is a better buy on that one.
Pass priority in my turn.
Helps him cycle his bag. You know,
One of your investigations.
It's just, I mean, it'd be even better if he bought a spot.
well, yes, but you know, with the investigations, it's doing damage because of the boom boom and cycling his bag. So it's a better purchase there. Now that he has that, he'll be able to cycle into either the spots or the get the henses, and he's going to be cycling them, basic actions every turn at that point.
Yeah.
If you can get Mr. Miracle with Boomerang and gets, some non-Robert rolls,
That's asking a lot. That's asking a lot.
I know it's asking a lot, but if you can get some non-Robert rolls with that, this is going to be over pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But is it the energy you deserve?
Oh. Man, that field is just ripe for a Green Devil mask.
With the skeleton and the trap out, reduces the cost of the Iserac to 4 or to 3.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pay 1 to build Rosnici, and I will field the equipment die.
Okay.
Attune. So there's his.
Pass priority.
He doesn't
There's
have an
his-
attune out there.
So Osterok has Attune itself, so he does have a sort of an out.
Yeah. He has a board clear. He's just got to get to it.
Well, and he still has his Shriek that he can use to get, his Rosnice back.
And it's your turn.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one when fielded blanks everything, right?
2 defense now.
No, it's the 3 cost, so he can target a character and
Oh.
blank it.
2,
Okay.
4. All right.
Oh.
Don't betray me.
I
again,
think
guys.
he's about to fill his bag here if this
All
investigation. Yep.
right. Not bad.
It's going off. Hey, why don't you remind him how much time we have on the clock here?
First thing I'm
Oh,
gonna do is
I'm
pay a
not
mask to
even looking
Heimdall.
at that. Hold on.
Get those dice out of there.
They have 12 minutes.
Next thing I'm gonna do is play investigation to ping you for 2. 1, 2, down to 13.
12 minutes, gentlemen. 12 minutes, gentlemen.
2 enrolling them. Thank you, sir. All right, Yanti came up.
Oh.
Paying 1 to field.
Painful.
Yanti. All right, I got 2 left. Should I buy another Yanti?
He doesn't need a
I'll
young.
get the hints.
And he's with the energy he has either spot or get the hens. No.
I'd say
I'm
get the
still
hints.
aboard this spot.
Pass priority
Yeah.
and end my turn.
Is that
Feels here.
Yanti level 3?
Yeah, she's on her 3/3 side.
I'm not sure why purchasing that Yanti right now, honestly.
in control of the game, and I think it's the Yunti that is it the Yunti that can't be targeted, or is it the unblockable?
Unblockable.
He's probably trying to just push for one big swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got enough control pieces in place. I don't. I mean, again,
Shriek from Jared. Sorry.
Ooh. He could clear his board if he can do it right.
Thing only happens at the beginning of the turn, though.
Yeah, but still, the next turn he'll be able to clear it out. Because, well, Yonti is a 3-side.
Naming your Shriek.
Shriek and my Shriek, huh?
Build that.
Shriek has been blanked.
Okay.
So that means your Rosnus is no longer blanked.
That is correct.
And his is whenever he gets equipped, right? It's not while. Is that what it does? All right, cool.
So, yeah, right now his Boom Boom's the only thing that's at threat for being cleared next turn, along with Shriek and the Sidekick. Everything else is safe.
Which potentially gives Robert a second chance to kind of, clear up everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Nothing in the bag.
Robert has a chance of doing some damage right here, though. Doing
2, 4.
With that,
It's a Yonti.
Yantina get the hens.
push for that potential unblockable swing.
Yeah, he's got 6. Ooh.
It's 5 possible damage, or no, 4
That's right,
possible
it's a
damage.
monster turn. Oh, you don't have the global on that one.
No global.
Boo! Can you pretend it hasn't? That'd be fantastic.
No. No, you remember what it is.
Rolls betrays him once again.
Sidekick, I will pay 1 to field my young.
Trap is about to trigger.
Is that what level is that?
That is going to be level 2, sir. Trap triggered.
Battle stack on.
Boom. Alright.
Another battle stack.
Both of them trigger.
Yep.
And both of those trigger and put 2 level 2s out there.
No, that's true. Thank you.
I'm here for you.
What we just saw here is,
That's a board flip,
I don't like
honestly.
it, sir.
the advantage is now back in Jared's favor.
And he's about to clear off most of Robert's
And
secondary
priority
pieces, not the main pieces.
My turn. Yeah.
To attack here. He absolutely has to, because the Green Devil Mask is coming.
Can you walk me through your defense right now?
1, 1, 5, 2, 2, 3, 1.
So he's going to clear most of the board and have a pretty big swing.
So let's shuffle things up. Quick. Rasmussen dealing 2 damage to all opposing character die.
Oh my god.
That's essentially a Green Devil Mask for Jared.
KO'd. And
Pretty
KO'd.
much.
It is.
Oh. And he's only got 2
Only
block-
2
It
blockers.
is dirty.
And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Attacks give each other +2/+2.
I think he's got it right here. Oh.
He does that Acerat.
If he can get Acerak to roll, he's got this, I think.
Roll that trap in order to be able to pay for the fielding cost of the Acerat.
But if he can field Acerak and do that, he can do 1 to 2. Oh, damn. Dang it.
Yeah, Robert should not have fielded that
Yonti.
Yanti.
Field the trap.
You are absolutely correct on that.
Okay.
You don't think about it until it traps.
Takes rack 3.
And now he's got many opportunities to have another Battery battle stack in the field next turn if it goes that long.
3 row 2.
I think he's swinging here, so
Heavy armor.
Alright.
Okay. So 2 characters, right? So
Yep.
all
Ras Nisi.
have +2 defense.
7, 8.
Okay.
So 4. It would be 4. It would be 3.
11.
It would be 9.
He doesn't have enough to close it out. He's too shy.
Oh.
Hmm.
If
Only I had that tabaxi road.
I'm glad you don't.
that was a big turn for him, though.
Big. He still, I mean, he has a minimal effect here. Or, I mean, he still has a minimal chance of success if he can just. I think he needs to swing with the other two decks. So that way he can at least get a swarm trigger whenever he refills his bag.
Yeah.
And
And plus, they have +2/+2.
I think he
Then
needs to swing
needs
with
to
all of
remember.
them.
Well, and he needs to remember on the beginning of Robert's turn to move the equipment off of Rosnisi.
Resnisi.
Yeah, Rosnisi. So that way, at the beginning of his turn, he can move it back to him again.
Again, the conservative attack is not what's going to get him there. He needs to attack with all 3 of the swarmers.
I'm gonna block the skeleton with my. There's no shenanigans you can pull here. Hold on.
No shenanigans.
There's always shenanigans.
Yeah.
There's always shenanigans.
He does have a question mark back there, but it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Wait,
Blocking the
no.
skeleton with my Yanti, and I'm gonna take 3 from Shriek.
Heavy armor can give +1 defense to a target character die.
so we're both knocked out.
That.
You take the shriek.
Yep.
Oh, he's using the skeleton key to try to withstand any. Well, I mean, the trap's going to go off.
Start of your turn, I'm gonna equip the battle
Yep.
stack.
Cool.
He remembered.
Alrighty, here we go. 2. Come on.
That means Robert can shriek Rosnisi.
Alright, I'll move these dice.
Mhm.
He has the option. Yeah.
And a big roll. Move this up here.
It all depends on if Robert's going to go through Rob rolls or not.
And he's doing the Maracha right there.
Oh, look at that. Nothing wants to.
Well, he got the shriek and he got the miracle.
All he needs is a miracle.
He doesn't have any of his pieces to deal damage, though.
No, he
5 dice did not roll for anything that I needed.
It was Dice Tower.
That is horrible.
someone complained that it was too loud.
That would be me.
Gears can't last forever.
Okay, we got
he-
some here. Here we go.
I think he's got a lot of damage here.
Alright.
He
Only one
might-
of the investigates came up, but
He's going to trip another trap.
Gotta make a decision here.
he doesn't have to
I
though.
don't really have to make a
Any
decision.
level 2s?
I do have a level 2. I'm trying to decide if I want to field it.
He does need to field it.
I'll just get
To
the
do maximum
Tyrion
damage.
field.
Which one is
I
it?
don't want that.
It's the Yanti that's 1/3/1.
First
So
thing
one of the
I'm going
Yantis?
to blank
Yeah, but
the
he
order.
can push
Well-
through 6 damage just having both of them out there. Or it's 5 damage.
Not blank no more because your shriek is gone. Then I'm gonna pay 1 to field my boom boom.
She's a
I'm
level
going to
2.
Field my free Yanti. Let's see.
You grab another because that triggers the trap already.
Yeah.
Decisions. Do I field my Mr. Miracle?
The trap is triggered already, correct?
No, because I didn't field. Did I field a level 2? Oh, I fielded a level 2 with boom boom, dude. My bad.
Oh, you did?
So trap triggered. Yeah. So I guess it doesn't matter now.
Okay.
Okay, I will pay 1 to field Mr. Miracle. And I will play Investigation. That's going to pay me for 2/3. So you're down to 10. Draw
Here he
2.
could have made to where both of his Yantis were unblockable.
He still can.
Come on, Investigation roll for me. And it didn't. Classic me.
Right.
Building a sidekick. Paying 1.
Those battle stacks already spelling his doom.
I should have used the freaking mask to do. What's his name?
No, he
Unblockable.
gets a boomerang on that investigate.
Yeah.
This.
Oh, we
He
should
has
probably
he has to remember it.
yes, I remember it.
Guys off because Yanti.
Well, but you've been telling him
Oh,
about
okay.
the
Does the boomerang trigger on that other investigation?
Oh, that's right. That's why I fielded him first. Guys, y'all are like on it. It's probably not gonna roll though, because that's what happens.
Have to though, isn't it?
Prep area.
Oh.
Well, that's something, I guess. All right, paying 4 for the last 2. Get the hints.
That's the buy right there.
Passing prioritize to you.
I got nothing.
So Rosnacy is blanked now.
I will end my turn. That's 5.
What?
That's enough.
But that's still good.
I would attack with one of the
that one's
Yantis.
right.
Attack with both of them. He's holding up for blockers against the battle stack.
Yeah, that's why attacking with
Guys,
one
y'all
would
can't
probably.
see me right now, but I have like my hands over my face right now, hoping nothing goes bad.
Robert in a private prayer. Ooh.
What could go bad?
I don't know, man.
That's actually-
it's me.
I mean, at this point, he only has skeleton key.
No, he's got a shriek and a skeleton key.
Jared, you didn't roll that skeleton key at the top.
Oh, your K.
The prep area.
Oh, thank you. I'll just roll it once.
And just get him
You
out.
still got a reroll step. You haven't rerolled yet.
That's fine.
Robert trying to negotiate with him.
So Robert has the potential to end the game next turn if he can get enough actions out.
All right.
And Robert does have a Green Devil mask coming out.
Day 1. Build this guy.
Potential Green Devil mask coming out.
True, yeah.
Heimdall.
Ryan knows all too well about those Rob rolls.
The armor.
Nice.
And
And he's got Jared's possibly got Shriek and Acerak coming out next turn.
Yeah.
It's a good idea to bluff
I will pass priority.
Okay.
In my turn.
here. Yeah.
Alright.
And it's just
1 in yield bag.
push for the attack and try to get some blockers.
Revive this.
How are they doing on time, guys?
3, 4.
Let me
you
check
should
on
be able
that.
to survive.
Maybe 5 minutes.
I show it's 5 turns. It's already.
Oh,
Turn 0, gentlemen. Turn 0.
all right. I think this is probably the last turn.
Probably.
Okay.
Oh, he got both of the. Yep.
Yeah.
Get the hints
Yeah.
to ping you for 1, 2, 3, 4, down to 6. Now boomerang.
Wouldn't that be 5?
Rest of these. All right.
The attune doesn't trigger for
One
the other Yanti
investigation
though.
To ping you for
Is it?
3.
No.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So drawing 2 and rolling them. And then boomerang.
Did he boomerang the?
Yeah,
Get
it came
the-
up as energy.
Fielding 2
Okay.
sidekicks. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 characters, right?
3, 6, 9.
He's got
1, 2,
he's got lethal without
6,
worrying about blockers with Yantis.
I can swing in with 5, and you'll be alive with 1.
Bro.
Wow, that's
Oh my
frustrating.
goodness.
I don't know how many dice you have in your turn. I think I'm safe.
Has the unblockable Yanti though. Let me see his team
Yeah,
list.
well, but everything else won't get through.
Or you know what? I'll spin this down and I'll just buy another.
Robert, it depends on what Robert's. Is it the common Yanti or the uncommon Yanti?
That's priority.
He's got the common, the lesser, so the unblockable one.
He has the win right there.
How much
Mm.
is Jared
Just
down
didn't see
to?
it.
Jared's down to 6.
So he's
No, he's not
Out
6.
of the bag, so I'll leave it.
so he's 1 away.
Oh, okay.
I personally still would have pushed.
And there's the shriek.
Yep. But what is Jared? What does he blank here?
He has to blank the Auntie.
It's actually true.
Yeah.
Especially if the shriek is on a 3 side.
She's on her
Oh.
2 side or 1 side.
This sucks. Okay.
I like how we put the blob up there to represent his Tabaxi Road captured. That's pretty nifty.
Let's see. I'll field the shriek, and I'll name your shriek.
All right.
And
Build the trap.
Okay.
Because Robert doesn't have to field anything anymore.
No, but
all two actions.
at the beginning of Robert's turn, he can move the equipment over to Rosnice, which would trigger and do the damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And anything KO'd at that point, Robert wouldn't be able to roll.
Oh, that's so dirty. And that's pretty much his whole entire board except for Blob. Oh my god. Oh my god. He could do so much to him right now. On his next turn. Oh, wow.
Let's see.
Don't do it. Don't attack.
I'll end my turn and I'll equip Ross Nasi.
Okay.
And do you 2 across the board.
Dang, that's a whole board clear. So since it's the start of my turn, these guys, I can't roll them, right?
That's correct.
That is so dirty. Okay.
I think Jared's going to win here.
Robert potentially can push through damage with the get the hints.
Man.
Yeah, but he didn't attack with last turn with his Yonti, so he's
sitting at 6 life right now, so
Now I regret not swinging with Yanti because I could
Investigation.
have one and killed you with this guy right here. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna do some.
Can do.
For 2.
Yeah, he can investigate.
try to pull something out.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
He would have had it if he would have just.
Against
He would have won if he would have just swung with Yanti.
yep.
That is not cool. All right. Well, I guess I will.
I mean,
What turn are we on?
This is turn 2 because I was turn 0.
3.
All right. So it doesn't matter if I ping out Shriek because that doesn't matter. Rosnacy has what? Way too much defense, huh?
2 defense. And, well, right now it has 4 defense with the heavy armor attached to it.
Boo. And
Swingy game.
3 battle stacks. What are the defenses on them?
All over the place.
All plus 3s, so they all
I almost feel like just doing the damage to Jared and hoping that he can't kill him next turn is the way to go.
I mean, he only has 1 blocker, though. He's for sure killing him.
I guess
Robert's got 14.
Each of those materia battle stacks are 5s.
next turn.
Oh, yeah, he's dead. So, dang. Man.
Next turn anyways. It doesn't matter, I think. I guess I'll do a Heimdall Global for 1.
Jared really doesn't have to do anything. He's just going to swing in.
Mask that I'm not going to get to use. And then I'll just ping you for 2.
Make it
So you're
closer.
down to 12.
That's the wrong die.
Passing priority to end my turn and dying.
He's down to 4. You're the one that has the more health.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Why is Jared saying that he's at 1?
Okay.
I don't know.
I think he took it as each one was doing 2 damage to him instead of 1 damage.
There's the Acerak. There's the insult to injury.
Yeah.
Heimdall. Field this. Okay, and then
Swing with
I will
everything.
go all in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 12, and these are all plus 3. So that's 5, 10, 15,
20.
19, and then 2 with the Acer Act. I think that'll do it.
All right. Well, I'm going to block with Blob, and he absorbs all of that, and I automatically win. All right. Good game, sir. Good game.
That was
ridiculous.
nutty.
That was crazy.
All right, so Jared, since you won, you do have to switch. Robert, are you choosing to stay on your team or switching?
I think I'm gonna switch because I like my Mr. Fix-It against that other team. I like this team against the one I just played, but it did not work out the way I thought it would. I was
Hashtag by the GDM.
yeah,
Hashtag Yanti attack.
yeah. I should have. That would have been it, but I didn't think he would draw that shriek that turn. That's what it was, the shriek. If the shriek didn't come out, I was good. I would have had it.
Yeah.
My luck.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
that was very interesting. I thought Jared's team was going to be too slow, but man, he piloted that really well.
Well,
He
and
navigated.
Robert unfortunately walked into those traps and helped Jared immensely getting all those battle stacks out.
Yeah,
All right.
that is correct.
I think it still comes down to Robert's.
Oh no! I'm not saying, I'm not taking away from Jared's skill on that. It just the 2 times that Robert triggered those traps really did help swing the pendulum back over on Jared's side heavily.
Sure. Is that Robert's still trying to get his
So what did y'all guys think of my bad rolls?
as far as like purchases and stuff like that?
You didn't roll as bad as you normally do. I'll have to say that.
They were still pretty bad though.
Robert rolls light.
Like that one roll where I rolled 5 guys, none of them rolled. Like what?
To be fair, you re-rolled and got him out, so.
Some of them.
All right, Robert. So who's going first?
I think I want Jared to go first.
All right, gentlemen, on my mark, go ahead and go. Mark.
So we got the unstable canister global. Is that proton cannon's a +1 attack with the fist, right?
It just gives them overcrush. It doesn't give them a pump.
Okay, no global. Okay.
No global.
Then we have
The team that Jared's using here is the uncommon, or no, the common Jubilee.
No,
That
that's
spins-
3
super
energy
rare.
filters. You're playing my team right now.
It
Is
doesn't
it
look
the-
like it's a super rare.
Hold on.
Yeah, Heimdall. What's the
It's not a super rare.
global?
Is that super rare Jubilee?
Yeah, we
Which
both have super rare.
Molnir's the bolt fixer. Got a mask
Yeah, that's what he had on
maker,
his
a
team.
mask
It's
maker,
just
bolt maker and a shield maker.
the
That's
red
it.
is kind of it's small
Yeah.
rat.
And you have
It's
Heimdall.
small rat.
Fantastic.
So
And Professor X is still the sidekick, right?
Yeah, pay a mask, fill the sidekick from your use pile.
Robert's just helping him out with this Jubilee right here.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, it helps out Robert too, and he built around it, and it's just a Warriors 3 if he can get all them out, it's pretty nasty.
See what I get here.
Well, and
He actually
the Intimidate one is honestly the most important out of the 3 in the early game.
Yeah,
needs to go for a Jubilee and then
Professor.
Professor X.
Now, I'm just gonna look at this.
Gotcha. I know what you're gonna do with it. Here we go.
And those not familiar with that, what Jared's going to do is
Okay.
when Robert passes priority, he's going to
Maybe 3,
use
4,
Professor
you have
Xavier
resurrection over there, right?
to field a sidekick and
Then pay a
just
shield
help him
to
out.
resurrect.
Robert's gonna resurrect, hoping to increase his chances to get them in
Yeah,
that.
it's either turn. Yeah, pass
Yep.
from priority.
Yep.
It's just once
So I
per
can,
turn.
fill the
Do you think the Mimic's the better choice right there, or Jubilee?
In the Jubilee and hold a mask and a shield.
Hmm.
Okay, that's 4. Well, let's go ahead and
Even a proton cannon upgrade would have been nice there.
a shield.
Okay.
We'll pay 5 and buy the bull stack.
Ooh,
As
And it's your turn.
that's great.
3 in the bag.
that's pretty.
Which will help him by his guys.
Yeah.
So that he went for the Volstagg and not the Hogan.
So yeah, I would have gone with the Hogan because he can use that to get rid of something from Robert's field that might be oppressing him as he gets any of the others out there.
I really don't like what you're making over there. When fielded abilities.
If you smell what the Jared is cooking.
If he was,
I think I am going to
maybe Madam Mask.
That's what he's going to.
Yeah, or Shriek. No, he's got to do Madam Mask.
Oh wait, no, that's my other team. Never mind. This isn't good.
He has some pretty solid options. I mean, the game is still kind of open. Just because he bought a Volstagg doesn't mean he's going to get it right away.
Yeah. I think
Lead threat, but that's pins and needles, really.
Yeah.
At the moment.
And then I will resurrect. And then pass priority and end my turn.
Robert's setting up his next turn.
So something that I used to always do is kind of like the same thing with Robert. I used to always want to get the dice in the bag as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, using it step by step, making sure that on turn 3, you're guaranteed to get whatever you want.
Right.
You don't actually do the resurrection early. You buy your pieces turn 1 and 2, and then on turn 3, you start using the resurrection.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
Where you use the resurrection if you can. If you can't, you still get to roll one of those 2 pieces by turn 3.
Cool. 3 in the bag.
Could get nutty here with the ramp.
All right. Okay. Fantastic.
That's
That's
exactly.
pizza.
Yep.
This works.
Okay.
That's exactly what Robert needed right there.
Filling mimic. Naming
And-
a sidekick.
It's a free field
Filling
too.
a sidekick. Drawing 2 and prepping them. I am going to
Jubilee.
for a proton cannon.
Oh, okay, there
Going
you
to
go.
Resurrect. And pass priority.
Yeah, but shouldn't he proton cannon a little bit afterwards?
No, what he's hoping for is next turn he's going to be able to purchase the Mr. Fix-It.
Magic missile.
Also means that he's going to draw the proton cannon before he can get the Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah.
End turn.
I mean, before he's going to draw and roll the Mr. Fix-It. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Is he gonna ping off Robert's mimic, or put the damage to Robert?
Yep,
20
put the
minutes,
damage to
gentlemen.
Robert.
20 minutes, gentlemen.
All right.
Off this. Energy fix this to a mask.
Well, why didn't he?
And I'll buy. Let's see.
Why didn't he field that? Do damage to mimic, and then pull it down.
And then I will.
I don't know if he knows how that operates.
How would it have dealt damage to him?
He fields the
through
sidekick.
through
I will
Jubilee. I'm sorry.
pass priority and end my turn.
Cool. 1 in the bag.
Because Robert's really hoping to get.
See, again,
Not at all.
Yeah. He should
really
went
what's
for,
tripping.
He should have went
Go
for
ahead.
Jubilee rather than proton cannon.
So what's tripping up Robert here is his own
Purchase order.
Why do you need these 2?
disorder. He had everything correct with how he accelerated.
Oh, he could buy a Mr. Fix-It right now.
I shouldn't re-roll her, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I forgot this isn't the blanking shriek. All right.
What streak is that? The one that can't use globals?
Yep.
To pay 1 to.
Oh no.
Is it the cancel all globals?
Yeah.
So he's going to be buying Mr. Fix-It here and prepping him.
Then I'm going
Yep.
to
That's good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. to buy a Mr. Fix-It. I'm going to field a sidekick. I get to draw and prep 2. I only had 1, so I'm putting these guys there.
And then what he's going to want to do is turn field. No.
Bring back a mask and do a Heimdall global on
the next turn.
No. He's going to want to do a
priority.
He can't do it because it's once on his turn. Never mind. I was going to say do the Professor X global.
Mimic.
He still could have spun one of them down to a mask, but he chose to do that in order to buy the second proton cannon to hope to get that.
Yeah, to give him a better chance. But again, if he would have on his opponent's turn, if he would have brought it back as a mask on his opponent's turn, on Jared's turn, used it for Professor X global, that would have fielded a sidekick. That would have allowed him to draw and prep 2. He would have rolled the one he had no matter what.
Yep.
He still could have spun it down. He needed to have spun it down during his turn.
Yes. He had to spin it down during his turn, but leave it till Jared's turn, and then he would have been able to guarantee the one that he has.
Yeah, and he would have kept his bag clear of clutter.
Exactly.
Yep.
We'll build this guy.
All right.
Pay 1.
No, Robert's just trying to do his best with what he has.
From that sidekick, so I'm down to 18.
Wise and team-wise.
Thank you.
Well, and a little bit of it's tunnel vision. You know, we're sitting here without the pressure of the match on.
Okay.
We may see stuff that he's just not seeing.
And we see all the pieces. It's not just our pieces and his pieces.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that was because I still think he has a pretty good guarantee of getting both protocons.
He does. I mean, it's not a oh my god, you know, and there he just threw the game with that. It's just a alternate way he could have done that turn and guarantee it.
4.
Is there a mutate on this team?
Don't betray me.
There is a
there is a
on the
mutation,
team.
yes.
Oh.
Oh, you're so beefy.
But it doesn't look like he needs it.
He needs to roll for a bolt.
That question mark could be one.
But he didn't get the proton cannon.
He's got it coming out next turn. He's still fine.
Right.
He needs to stabilize right here. That's what he needs to do. Buy a Jubilee.
All right.
I forgot he has the Mjolnir. So there's 3 energy fixers in play right now.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Robert brings a lot.
Paying 3 to fill Mr. Fix-It. All right.
So you could buy a Jubilee, use all 3 energy fixers, and make sure he preps everything that's in his bag plus that Jubilee for next turn.
And
Ping him 1 time.
Jared has Fandral coming out next. It's deadly. I don't think it's that bad though.
Now.
As long as none of them are fast, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
No,
if he had Hogan,
they're getting +2/+2 to each other, so
yeah,
it's going to be harder for Robert to boost up that Mr. Fix-It if he's got all 3 of them out and he's able to block with all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Does Deadly.
Yeah, Deadly's not that big a deal. He's got chump blockers for sidekicks. He'll be fine.
And he would
Right.
+2.
Like I said, it's that intimidate, and once because he's already got the Hogeth out, or no, he doesn't. He still hasn't.
No, he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't bought Hogan, so Robert's fine.
Yeah.
Passing priority
Yeah.
first. My bad.
He should field a sidekick. Deal 1 damage to. If he was to do 1 damage to Mimic right now, I think the next turn it's going to be really hard for Jared.
Professor X.
Got it. He's 17. You want to ping my Hulk, my Mr. Fix-It, instead of me?
No.
All right. Okay, I am going
Actually,
to.
you know what though? You know what? I'll ping your mimic instead of you.
Okay.
Oh, that's.
All right. Well, I'm gonna swing with the 16-7 Mr. Fix-It.
Okay. And I'll block with Jubilee and I'll get knocked out.
Cool. Coming back.
Interesting.
All right.
Why would he? I would have blocked the sidekick. Personally.
Maybe he's hoping for the double energy.
True. I think he sees the writing on the wall, but I mean, I wouldn't have pinged off Mimic because Robert could just put that as a copy.
Now he can copy Jared's sidekicks.
He can copy Mr. Fix-It and have an 8/8.
It won't get overcrushed or anything like that because it's not a fist character.
But
Right.
still,
Well, you could give it overcrush, but it would KO at the end of the turn.
Okay, well then that's even better. Yeah, you're right. There is some utility there.
Too many options.
I think Mimic in this situation is gonna, depending on what the board looks like for Jared after this turn, he does have Fandral. He's gonna have another sidekick. That's why blocking with that one sidekick would have been better.
Ever since
No,
my first
it only
match, just
copies
ping
the printed attack and defense,
What's this?
so
Yeah.
it wouldn't increase like Mr. Fix-It.
No, but
They
still,
still
it's
give
an
him all
8/8
Right.
Yeah.
because he's got 2 proton cannons coming out.
Yet another player has the Green Devil mask, and yet another player doesn't purchase it.
For Hogan?
He's just, I don't think he thinks he's that far behind right now.
I'll flip this to a bolt. Flip this one to a shield. And
He's
build
got
Fandral.
2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Priority.
Passing back.
Okay.
So now they're both overcrush and deadly.
Yeah.
I will end my turn.
All right.
That is the good choice right there.
Clear. 2 in the bag.
Blockers. Super hefty blockers,
Did you use my
actually.
screen?
Huh? No, it's still there. All right. Let's see what happens.
I think if he gets everything right,
There's
it
a proton,
could be.
bolt. There's a bolt. Everywhere.
Hold on
Bolt.
one second, I lost my screen.
I think it's game.
There,
No,
guys. That's a lot of dice master boxes.
he's got to get Mimic out.
Did y'all pause the time here for
That is a
technical,
lot
technical
of-
difficulties?
Pause time, and there's 10 minutes 45 seconds left.
All right, cool. I'm gonna
And
wait to reroll.
that is an awful lot of gravity
As
boxes.
a wall of gravity feeds.
You
That
should
looks
see it
cool
when he
like that,
focuses
man.
it on
I
it.
like it.
Everyone's just commenting on the wall of gravity feeds.
Whoa.
Let me know when
You
you
could
guys
use
want me to
that as
start.
like a backdrop.
Does that look good?
Yes, fantastic.
All right, let me know when you guys want me to start timer back.
Start it up.
Game to you.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna reroll this and reroll this, just in case.
Now's when I could use a Robert roll.
Hopefully, I got them all out of the way. All right. Fielding Mimic. I'm gonna name Mr. Fix-It, so he's 8/8 now.
Oh, I see what he's doing here.
Yeah.
I'm going to ping Mr. Fix-It. He's 16. Spin this. Oh, actually, I don't even do that. Ping Mr. Fix-It. He's 24.
He's
Building a sidekick. I'm gonna resurrect. I'm gonna pass priority to you.
because they're gonna chump block Mr. Fix-It. He's still gonna
Pass it
do
to me?
a ton of damage.
Well,
And-
Then he can also just clean it up with the rest of his attackers.
Yep.
Do the stupid.
Good dude.
All right. 24 over here.
Because he's
And I'm
got
gonna swing with everything.
Did you ping Mimic?
For what?
Mimic
Doesn't
doesn't
copy
work
the
like
bonus.
that.
Yeah, he just
No?
gets the stats. He doesn't get the buffs.
Oh.
So 24 with
So he's an
Overcrush.
8/8?
Yeah, and he's 8/8.
All right, so I can block with 8 and 7, so I can block 15,
This might have been a dumb
and,
move.
and I'll block
This was a dumb move.
Mimic with the sidekick.
He's still taking 11 here, though, isn't he?
15, 24, 9. I take 9.
That was dumb.
9 from him.
Okay, so 9 from him.
But
that's
they're
11.
both KO'd
Wasn't-
now.
yeah.
Get excited, guys.
It wasn't dumb. Oh, they're deadly.
Yeah.
And then I take 4
I mean, Mr. Fix-It was going to die anyways. But Jared's things are KO'd too. That wasn't a dumb move.
Okay.
He's KO'd 4-1 through.
Are you KOing all my both guys?
What are they at right now? Well, yeah, they took up all that damage, right? So they're both KO'd.
How did Mimic get KO'd?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he didn't get KO'd, right? He got chump blocked. So
Yeah,
ate it.
Mimic goes back.
Oh, okay, now. That's not bad then.
So we got 7 to 18. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, that was probably dumb. I shouldn't have done that.
I don't think that was dumb.
I guess it's not that bad.
It was just a different way to do things.
I mean,
Not necessarily a bad thing. It was a pretty conservative move. A pretty aggressive move. Just the.
I was gonna say I don't consider it a conservative move, but
No, it was.
holding off one more turn might have been it, but I think if he would have pulled a sidekick down, knowing that he was gonna put in a sidekick to kill that sidekick also.
Everything, huh?
Okay.
That might have been the move.
2 for Jubilee, 1 for him, 1 for Fandraw.
Nice.
Has a chance to clean this up though.
Jared
So
can't
I went
attack.
crazy. No, because that's 7 and 6 and 4, 17. No. Pass priority.
Not much I can do with this shield, so I will pass it back.
Man, and I want to end my turn.
I think that 8/8
That's it.
Mimic is really imposing because especially if
Yeah.
he gets
Clear.
his guy out
The
again.
bag.
Because Jared's got to block everything on Mr. Fix-It every
Hey,
single
remind
time.
me, is Intimidate, is that a win fielded or a win attacks?
When fielded.
Ooh, he could take out some of the defense of them right here just by.
Okay, that's 2. Ooh, that's a lot of bolts.
He actually might be able to finish the game out.
He's got
All
to get Proton Cannon here.
All right. Let me re-roll these because maybe there'll be more bolts. Yes.
I think that's game.
He got more bolts.
Okay.
so what he needs to do is ping the fix it, send it across, but not use the proton cannon until the very last second,
Mr. Fix-It. Spinning this to a bolt.
because depending on what he puts in front of the mimic,
7.
it might be better for him to use the proton cannon on the fix it.
Overcrush.
I don't think.
this time you can.
I don't think it matters either
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Is Mimic still a
He's still an
attack and
8/8.
defense copy?
Yep.
Jared's got
What
a
do we got here?
chump
Oh,
block.
well, I didn't pass priority, but there's not anything you can do. 28. 28 and 8.
He's so confident.
Yeah.
28. So I got 5 and 8, 13. So I take 15 alone. Yeah. I think that's game.
Oh my god, thank you. I won a game. That was so stressful.
Robert broke the curse.
Good game, gentlemen. Good game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I have to play with the other team.
That was a really great way to use that that mimic.
I wonder who taught me that.
I don't know.
Yeah, in hindsight, I should have knocked him out.
Yep.
You actually forgot to prep 2 dice this turn because you fielded Mr. Fix-It.
That's true.
Shadow meld with the save there.
Hold on, let me prep 2 dice real quick.
Just things everybody misses.
That's awesome. Man, if that turn went bad, I could use those 2. I bought that shriek early because I forgot. I thought it was my blanking shriek. I totally brain farted on that. Guess it didn't matter.
Okay, and now Robert's switching to his first team that he played
Man,
with.
your basic action color cards look like they rotated out of the meta.
Oh,
Did they? They did actually, didn't they? We need some new fancy ones, new fancier ones.
That's what we should do is print up some Chris and Rob
Jared?
ones.
Did he freeze up?
yeah, that'd be nice.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
You just said
So Robert's got to remember to go for the ramp first because he no longer has the threat of Tabashiro.
Yeah.
The good thing is
And I unfortunately I had my mic muted. I'm working on some ideas on the basic action indicators.
He just said I don't have to worry about Tabaxi Rogue. You were spot on with what he was thinking, Joe.
Can't hear my squeaky chair.
Man, this is actually a really intense matchup, honestly.
Because it all comes down to how well Robert can roll and how fast he can roll versus Jared's ramping. Also, Robert kind of has an advantage here because now he can use Jared's globals.
Yeah.
Get the hints global. That's the only thing you have, right?
On this team, yes.
By the way, Jared, who's going first, you or Robert?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
My apologies.
Let's see.
Yeah, calm down, bro.
I think this week I'm going to try to be more interactive and just ask them what they're doing a little bit in between games.
All right.
What do you mean what they're doing?
Like, who's going first, who's going second, just that kind of stuff.
It's on there.
Mm. Gotcha.
Right. Third. This is the deciding game in the match. Jared won the first one with a Rosnasi board clear swing in, which is nasty.
Oh no.
Oh.
Robert probably has another fixer for him.
Oops, all sidekicks.
Oh my gosh, there's only one fixer.
Was that his reroll too?
And
Yeah, that
it's
was yeah.
Jared brought it.
Yeah.
Your turn.
All right.
I am surprised Robert doesn't have a fixer.
Well, he used all of them on his other team.
That's true.
That might be a bad thing.
Might not be a bad thing. Oh.
All right.
I
You
think
have
that's...
a shield maker.
Yes, he does.
Shielding it, ping 3 for an investigation, 1 to resurrect.
Oh man, one of these days Robert's gonna get it down right.
I did it, and it's done.
What did he buy? He bought an investigation.
Investigation, and then he rezzed. Like the key here is not to res because it disrupts your bag flow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Your second turn.
I think Jared's dice don't realize that he doesn't have Jubilee out.
Falcon, and they're all unblockable.
You might as well buy the Jubilee now.
Your investigation.
One of my investigations is gone.
That's a good
All
buy.
I will.
He rezzes. See, he did it correctly here. Granted, he only had sidekicks.
Energy fix to a shield and resurrect. Nothing in the bag. That one
Nice.
goes.
Doesn't the other 3 go in the bag with it, though? Oh, wait, no, never mind. Yeah, he's right. He's got it.
Oh, I think
T to get the investigation.
Yeah, next turn he'd get it no matter what.
3.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point of the bag rotation there, and always holding off your resurrection first turn and doing it second turn, no matter what turn order you're going.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still do it first turn, but you've got to make sure you still do it on the second turn with a lower purchase.
Get a shield out there.
Yeah, you're just adding. Well, all you're doing is you're just increasing the chances, the numbers of the chances that you'll get them second turn.
Is this is this a shriek turn?
I'm gonna pay
A
2
spot turn.
for a boom boom. 2 for spots. Field a sidekick.
I mean, personally, my thought is Green Devil Mask, but
He didn't have a mask.
oh, he didn't have a mask. You're right. You're right.
Down to a shield.
Spin it down for resurrection. Okay, and now he's still messing with his bag flow here because he's going to be drawing 3.
Yeah, I think he messed with his bag flow from the first one, and there's no getting around it now, unless he just doesn't do it.
3 sidekicks. 1 back to the bag.
All right.
Well, there's always an ability to recover. It's just how long does it take you to recover?
Yeah, I don't think Robert's in a bad spot. His bag is upside down, so to speak, and Jarrett has his right side up.
Again, negation. So that means that if he's going to draw his 3.
I don't like it.
Oh.
He can
I was like, I'm just gonna
he can
take
buy a
it,
Hogan here.
guys. I can't even do that because I don't have nothing.
Yeah,
We're gonna roll this.
Hogarth should always be the first of the Warriors 3 that you buy.
Dude, the good thing
You
is
just
you'll
can't
have
get away from
Hogan
those
there.
sidekicks.
Investigate.
All right.
Roll 1. should I do that?
I think
All right.
keeping that sidekick and rolling down one to a shield, buying Hogan, do an investigation. I think that's the move.
More than one fixer though.
So,
So he's only getting 4.
Yeah, but before he rolled that sidekick, it was just a random energy.
Okay. So we'll flip this to a shield. By 4 for the Green Devil Mask.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll.
Right now he gets to draw and roll the Green Devil Mask.
And that's the other 2.
Cool.
Draw and roll.
Oh.
Gets it.
That one's out.
And then he needs to buy a Chwinga, and he's set up.
Wing.
And remind me, is get the hints if your field is empty or my field is empty?
Your field.
Oh, never mind that.
You should buy a Chwinga.
I will end my turn.
Cool.
Do you think a Chwinga would have been a good buy there, or just how he did it?
All right, Spot. This is a good time to come out. This is
Anyway,
Spot.
because he doesn't have a Chwinga already fielded, so the swarm doesn't take effect, I guess.
Yeah, it's just
and
buying it at some point because he's about to refill his bag.
None of that looks good to me.
the only reason it would be a good buy is hoping that you get it on the double energy to try to purchase one of your Warriors 3.
Under 20 minutes, gentlemen.
You're under 20 minutes.
That's a deduction of a point on you.
Oh no. No points. Okay. It's not too bad. Let's see. I got too much stuff in my bag. Investigation. Drawing 2 and rolling them.
This is where he can fix his bag. If he does it right. He's probably going to reach for a Pepper Potts here, I think. And a Yanti.
2 for Unity. 3 for the last investigate.
He could have bought a Green Devil Mask there, too.
And turn.
Less worried about Green Devil Mask.
Yeah, the Green Devil Mask is not something he needs right now.
That's priority. And turn.
Yeah, it's just what the Warriors 3s, once they get out there, he's got to fill. Jared's got to field them.
Right, but you know what he needs to look at more is the Shriek and Blob.
Yeah.
As soon as he fields one of them, then he can blob one of them out.
I cannot take these sidekicks anymore.
I wish that Green Devil Mask triggered on your sidekicks. That'd be fantastic. Well, no, that'd probably be good for you because you'd have all the energies. I don't like it. Never mind. Disregard that.
Robert and his game design.
Silly Robert. Sidekicks are for kids.
The get the hints text is not the global.
The actual text on Get the Hint says, deal 1 damage to target player or character die. If you have an active character die with Immortal, instead deal 2 damage. It's like the old Dark Avenger, but this time with Immortal instead of Batman.
Right.
We're going to roll this. Okay. We're going to fix that.
All right.
And then we are going to pay 6 and buy all those.
Buying all the Get the Hints.
Oh, yeah, because doesn't he have one of them that's an immortal? Oh, he has Heimdall that's an immortal.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
3 in the bag.
That's bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, Jared's just trying to turn the tides here.
Well, and he's trying to steal away Robert's massive damage dealer combo.
Yep. I mean, Jared's purchased the investigation, 2 investigations, and 2 get the hints. He is limiting his options.
No, he's only gotten 1 investigate. Robert got 2 of them.
Oh,
And then,
so okay, Robert's.
What Robert needs to do is he needs to get the Spot and the Pepper Pots, and he just needs to get his bag cycling every turn. He doesn't even need to go for the Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ping you for once with the Get the Hints Global.
What?
showing him.
Thank you.
He said thank you.
I'm gonna pay 1 to.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
The Spot, and then I'm gonna resurrect.
Resurrect for 2.
I wish I could
Whatever
resurrect
he's-
for 2. That'd be fantastic. But I
Isn't the spot whenever you draw an extra die?
It's when you draw and roll a die. You have to roll it.
Oh, draw and roll the die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pass priority. End turn.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah, and it's outside of your clear and draw, so Pepper Potts doesn't help.
yeah.
She does and doesn't at the same
Well,
time.
yeah, I mean, doesn't. He's not going to get the massive number of dice with it.
All right.
He still wants the Pepper Potts.
To a shield, and I will buy Logan,
Nice.
and I will
He-
pass priority. And
He's officially put Robert on the clock now.
Yeah. So Robert's next purchase needs to be a
4.
blob.
All right.
Yeah, actually, you are correct. A blob or a shriek.
Okay.
The blob, because that just steals away that turn from him, because now he's going to have to rebuy to get the Hogarth.
I don't need sidekicks. That's just gonna set off your trap.
If it's a shriek, then he can just buy a shriek and then later heal the shriek and get his Hogarth back.
I'm gonna reroll. Okay, not too bad, I guess.
He can field it, spin it down, and then field the Yonti.
Field Yonti,
He can just spin it down now.
and then you have Heimdall over there, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be rolling 4.
So he's going to turn that sidekick into a shield. Maybe Heimdall here. Do the investigation to do 3 damage.
He needs to do the investigation first, or not the investigation. He needs to do the Heimdall Global first. Then he needs to do an investigation and hope he gets to the other investigation.
I'm pausing it.
Pause real quick.
Sub 15 minutes, and it's at 14:19 when it gets corrected.
All right, I'm just gonna hold off here. Gives me time to think. If I would have rolled a bolt, that would have been fantastic.
Yep.
Jared's team, I didn't see it. Does it have a mutation?
Yeah.
Jared's team has a mutation, yes.
Better for him because he can.
Set something up a level. Oh, my guys are on their lowest level. Weak.
He needs to spin Yonti up to keep from being pinged out.
Looks good to me, man.
Not only that,
That requires him to have something else, and as Robert just said, all of his characters are still level 1.
Then I'm going to play investigation. That's going to ping for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I get to draw 4 dice. So there's 2, 3,
investigation.
4.
Oh, he could if he rolls it. Oh,
Classic investigation.
He can still get a Green Devil Mask here. The point is that even fielding the Green Devil Mask sets off the attune.
Sets off the attune, but not the boom boom.
It doesn't set up the boom boom?
No, boom boom is basic actions only.
So it sets off the attune, which is still damage that he could use.
And limits Jared's field size.
Yep. So Jared's got to keep. Well, he does have an energy fixer to. I mean, it's not in danger of having a terrible field right now.
Do that? No. Yeah, I do.
And resurrection.
Then I'm going to resurrect.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna pull out Miracle now.
Pass priority.
Nope.
End my turn.
I got nothing.
All right.
All right, go for it.
He's got a few turns. I think Blob might have been too early with the way that Robert has his bag going, considering Hogan's not out yet.
No thanks.
Definitely wants to buy the blob
Is
before.
that an investigation?
Yeah, he needs to get it to where the turn after Hogan's out, he gets the blob.
Yep.
That's why I think it would have been a
An
good
investigation
purchase.
to roll.
Well, if he would have purchased it that last turn, he would have been rolling it that right then too,
Let's see.
because the
Well,
investigation.
no, I'm saying at the very end, the
Yeah.
very last purchase he could have done as a blob.
Yep.
I agree with that.
This could be dumb.
This could be. I
Do
think
I want to be dumb.
Fandral could be good here. I think that's what he's thinking about.
Hmm. page.
I'm honestly just surprised he hasn't.
Jubilee. I'm going to Heimdall. Okay. And what's Boom Boom's defense?
2.
2.
Yanti's a
Spot
1.
is one. Yeah.
Let's see.
And so is Yanti.
Bite it.
Let's go with the
Spot. He could
get
spot.
Yanti hints out of here.
Getting Yanti out. All right, cool. She's KO'd. Is that it?
Agree with that.
Yeah.
I would have gone for the destroying the ramp option there.
Yeah, but
Is that it?
Yanti's always kind of a pain in the
Alright,
butt
cool.
to try to get her back
Two in the
out.
bag.
She never rolls.
Oh, come on.
And I think now is where he should
Kinda
purchase.
sucks because now my trap won't trigger.
Ooh. Only if you had. I would re-roll to try to get a sidekick. Another sidekick, field the 2 sidekicks, then.
Right.
He's still gonna get rid of his. Wind up getting rid of his spot and boom
I
boom.
guess I gotta pop the trap, man.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. But what do I do it with?
So field the sidekick, then trigger it with the Mr. Fix It.
Or Mr. Miracle.
Yanti.
Or yeah, Mr. Miracle.
And then
He's-
the sidekick.
He risked all of his
That's
damage.
gonna trigger your trap.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Mr. Miracle's not that important.
These 3 guys go to the
Okay.
next pile. Fielding
He gets to keep the spot.
Yeah.
Spot's actually what's important here because it's gonna help him cycle through his bag.
and then resurrect.
I just think there would have been better instead of the Yanti.
And press priority, then end my turn.
Because
Yeah.
he might be rolling his whole entire bag again and getting him out anyways. So it doesn't matter at the point.
I guess the thought that he has is he knows he's going to be getting some next turn,
A lot of sidekicks.
and that hope that he can automatically cycle him over
Yeah.
or boomerang him, and
He's got 2 investigations coming up.
yeah. So he's hoping he can, with Fix It or Miracle already out there, he's hoping he can use them and have them go straight into the
So
prep
5 for
and roll everything else he has.
And has
So
Robert
interestingly enough,
bought a shriek yet?
No, he's not bought a Shriek. He's not bought a Blob.
oh, thank goodness.
this is because he wants to stay on the attack.
And I do 1 damage to you.
To me, you say. All right.
He could have got rid of Spot there. All right. I'm about to tell him the time.
In my turn.
Cool.
9 minutes, gentlemen.
All right. So creepy when he jumps in like that. Wow. 2 investigations.
Oh, Bifrost.
My Green Devil mask won't work.
Frost on this team specifically.
Hopefully
Yeah.
he comes up as masks at least.
Using Bifrost whenever he purchased Volstagg or Vandral earlier.
Why is he
He could've-
re-rolling that?
He wants
and
the energy.
All right. That works fantastic.
the energy.
Heimdall Global. Get some of these guys out.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm gonna pay 2
Total die.
for
Or
another
dice.
Yanti. I'm going to investigate for 4. 2 in the bag.
He's going to pull everything.
2.
We're not gonna remind him this time.
No.
Nope.
Alright. And then I'm going to pay 1 to fill Yanti. 2. Can't really do anything with these 2s. Any Heimdall Global. We will investigate for 4. That's gonna ping you for 1.
If he can field all these Yantis, he can do a lot of damage here.
4. Fantastic. And then we will pay 2 to field. Alright, and now we're left with 3.
Shriek.
Oh, I didn't do my boomerangs, man. Get my boomerangs. I'm gonna just roll them both at the same time. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Alright. All right, one came back. So you go over y'all. All right, so we got 3 bolts in the mask.
I
Is it
think
Shrieky time. I think it's time to buy Shriek.
yeah, it's definitely time to buy Shriek.
Or
No.
To buy a Shriek.
or I buy one of those mutations. Or
He's coming up with the Warriors. The Warriors 3. He
one of
needs
your
to.
mutations. I'm gonna use yellow as one of your mutations.
Right here.
And
Like you said, the Warriors 3 are coming up, and it's not going to end too well for him.
Right.
The Warriors 3 is coming up, and he's got a full board, and Green Devil Mask is probably going to come out pretty soon. Yep, right there.
Predator.
Oh. I feel for Jared right here. That's...
All this.
No.
Oh,
Ouch.
man. I would have attacked with Yanti personally. The 2 of the Yantis.
It's a trigger automatically.
Yep, it triggers automatically once fielded.
All right.
The other sidekick. Screw your field.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let's see what Robert gets.
All right.
Ouch.
One came back at least.
Would
There
you?
goes-
I would have waited to field Hogan until after the trap was tripped, then intimidate off.
Right.
Right. But he
So you should have like knocked one out before. It's cool. Do you want to intimidate one of these last 2 guys out?
He did do the Green Devil Mask first, then
Yeah.
So then the turn. I didn't think you were gonna swing.
I'm not
anyway.
gonna swing.
Yeah.
I'll remember next time. 3.
5 minutes, gentlemen. 5 minutes.
Using like any of my options. This is why I hate buying all your actions.
I was kind of like,
I'd
oh
probably be
man,
dead if I hadn't.
maybe I did have a lot of them out there, but I don't know. That Green Devil Mask is keeping you out there, man. It's keeping you alive.
Robert is not wrong. He's commenting on his own game.
hashtag GDM.
Hopefully, I can get mine out this time.
by the GDM.
Alright. 2 for a Jubilee,
Nice.
and now we'll. No.
No, he needs blockers somewhat.
Is that it?
Doesn't do me any good. Alright, it's your turn. I am my turn.
All right. Nothing in the bag, so we're loading up all these.
If he gets Jubilee, all right, gets
2, 4. Oh, there he is. It doesn't
Oh.
matter because he's out there. Boo.
I think that's actually a good thing though. It
No,
limits the
because
field.
with Mr. Miracle out there,
Mhm.
as soon as he fields it, it boomerangs and he has to roll
I
it.
guess if you play the Green Devil Mask with Mr. Miracle, it boomerangs.
Yep. Right whenever you put it in the field, you boomerang it.
So Green Devil Mask is useless on this team.
So it goes
Once Miracle's out,
No, it
yes.
doesn't even get to
Yeah, it's a non-bow.
If he has 4 characters in the field, it would go off. He only has 3 characters in the field, so it wouldn't do anything.
So he should hope that it re-rolls
I'm gonna field 3 sidekicks.
because it's essentially keeping it at bay.
I'm gonna do Green Devil Mask, but it gets boomeranged, and it came up as freaking mask. Fantastic.
Oh man.
All right, I will investigate for 2. You take 1 from Yanti, and then I think you take 1 from Green Devil Mask as well. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Fellas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 13.
Mutation.
What does mutation do again? That's swap.
Polymorph.
So what does Jared have in the field? He could.
I've seen somebody actually polymorph.
Right.
Polymorph like one of his sidekicks.
I mean, could he polymorph
Put any of your
Jubilee
characters
for
in the
Hogan?
field. You could take out the
Yeah, he
hand.
could. He could get Hogarth out and get or Hogan out and get the Jubilee in.
Oh man, 1, 2, 3.
Or if he can use it, if he purchases his own,
For show.
he could
All right,
cycle
I'm
it
gonna
in.
Pay 1 to field my the spot. 1 to resurrect, and I'm gonna swap out your Hogan with a Jubilee.
Yeah, that's a better play.
And
Yeah.
it would be on level 1.
Level 1.
Could he even do a sidekick for that?
No.
Okay.
Difference.
Just bums me out, Robert. Bums
Sorry.
me out.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
That's really interesting.
And you get pinged for 1 as well.
It feels good to polymorph somebody
Roll it with
else's.
boomerang,
Reminds me of way back in the day.
and it didn't come back. Oh, I didn't do boomerang on investigation either, dude.
The opponent's Jade Giant for something else.
End turn.
I believe Robert's got a thin bag here, and
3 in the bag.
he's got Yanti, and he's got Boom Boom coming out, and he's got an investigation coming out. So
At this point, he's doing the death by 1,000 paper cuts.
yeah,
You know,
Paper cuts.
Oh, the
All right.
Jubilees.
Oh my goodness.
Should be like 1,000,000 paper cuts.
I really want to make a Jubilee team with the spin up, spin down.
the Awaken one.
Yeah,
You mean the team I'm going to be facing when?
yeah.
Robert, I flooded my bag with your
That's the one good thing about playing this tournament. Well, I mean, everything's great about the
That's what you
tournament,
wanted.
but being able to see the different teams and be like, wow, I really like, I want to do that team. No, I want to do that team.
Still.
Why don't I get to play against that team? I do really good against that.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, I'm about to announce turn
Oh, you know
0.
what? We're gonna flip this.
There it is. There it is.
5 for the Fandral.
There you go.
Turn 0, gentlemen. Turn 0.
Turn 0.
Oh,
Alright.
great.
Is that it?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks. 2. Come on, guys. 4. There we go.
Oh,
All right.
I mean, he could still do a lot of damage to him right here.
Yeah.
Yuck.
He just needs all the Yantis to come up.
Keep that and reroll these 2. Wow.
Thank you.
Well, you wanted them Rob rolls. You got them.
Never too late to ask.
Building that guy. Now we got 4.
That Green Devil Mask is about to come up again.
I will resurrect.
He's probably going to get Boom Boom here.
And then I
Oh.
will buy another mutation for 3. And that devil mask is in there.
You bought another mutation?
Yeah.
I mean, it triggers Boom
Why
Boom.
not?
Fun.
Yeah.
Let's keep the party going. All right.
I mean, it's the only solid way you can do more than just 1 damage with ping.
Help me.
Yep.
I don't remember what you have in your bag.
I can tell you what. There's a lot of get the hints in there.
I know. I know those are in there. All right. There's a Fandral and there's a Hogan in there for sure. And he has Intimidate. No
There's
overcrushing.
not a Fandral in there.
No, there's a Volstagg and a Hogan,
Yep.
a Green Devil Mask,
Can help me.
and sidekicks and
Ooh, I didn't have
get the hints.
unblockable Yanti.
Yeah, it's mostly get the hints.
In there.
well, no, mostly sidekicks, but
Yeah.
I'd rather do some damage.
Four
with-
sidekicks, 3 get the hints, 1 Green Devil Mask.
I'm gonna-
Volstagg.
one Hogan is the one Volstagg.
Yanti is 3-1 and 4.
And Hogan.
sidekicks.
That's why I said one Hogan.
Yeah.
Man. You're basically green devil masking my field.
Yeah.
So I'll block the Yanti.
All right.
That clears both their fields.
Two sidekicks.
All right. These guys
I'll
are
take
KO'd. Taking 2. Down
It's
to
a good
2.
move on Robert to avoid the Green Devil Mask next turn.
Mhm.
It's turn 1. You're on turn 2.
Very good. And it also pushes through damage. So like incremental advantages here are what's going to get Robert the win.
Yeah, considering it's already on turns, and Robert's not that far off from having lethal.
Wow. You just got a Rob roll.
He's been getting Rob rolls all game.
Yeah.
Started with those 3 sidekicks first turn.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
Okay. 2 to field these guys. Let's see.
Alright.
I will intimidate Yanti.
She's so scared. Put her over there. Don't be a bully, man. Come on.
Let's see. Let's Heimdall.
All right.
Let's resurrect.
I like that Jared's not losing his cool, and he's just trying to, in case Robert misses on all of his rolls,
Go ahead.
he's trying to give himself a chance.
Was Jared at the WKO that we had recently?
yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I remember meeting him, and he was super cool. He brought.
Level 3.
He had a Yanti super rare team.
Came in second.
Yep.
He's got a lot going for him as far as unique build and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pass priority.
He also has Volstagg coming up.
All right. She comes back.
And that Volstagg will have Intimidate as well.
Yeah.
Getting that boom boom damage though too.
It looks like it's
Yep.
getting dark there.
To dodge that.
Oh, he's got a lot of potential damage there.
Yep.
This might be game if he rolls at all. But he doesn't.
He does.
Oh,
Might need these guys.
he's
He
got
needs that boom boom to roll.
Yeah.
All right. Boom boom.
If he can do boom boom here, he's got it.
Fantastic.
Yep. All right, and
Yeah.
he even gets the third action, so that's game.
3 to field these guys. So we got 3 over here.
2 characters.
Okay.
Polymorphs for 3, investigates for 3, investigates for 3, and then swings with 2 unblockables.
For 3. 1, 2, 3. I get to draw 4. Whoa. 2. Come on, guys. 3, 4. All sidekicks. And then I get a boomerang. And it goes over here. Okay. Nothing we can do with that. So I'm going to investigate again. You take 3. 1, 2, 3. I get to draw 4. 2, 3, 4.
The Green Devil Mask should be able to attune him out.
Yep.
There's just no way I'm surviving.
And it
this
didn't.
I don't think so either. I am going to do the thing, mutate out your Hogun
For Fandral.
your Fandral
Messages.
Yelp.
at level 1. So you're going to take 3 again. 2, 3, down to 1. Boomerang. Boomerang goes over here.
And just swing in
nothing
with one
else that
Yanti.
You can do. And I will. Let's see. I'm gonna pass priority to you.
No point.
I got nothing.
Unblockable for 6.
Oh, you still want to swing all in? Do the whole thing?
No, we'll just go
Come
unblockable.
on.
I'm gonna overkill.
All right, let's go -5.
Or what Shadow Mount has to say.
Yay, I did it, guys.
Okay.
I won a game. That was good, dude. That was good.
Good game. That was a back and forth one. I really liked that one, guys.
That's awesome.
I thought when I rolled 4 sidekicks to start off, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna roll 4 energy fix to all 3 warriors.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid strategy when you get dealt that, those kinds of rolls, just because you're not cluttering your bag anymore. You can just get the dice that you purchase.
But then I was like, you know what? He's gonna be fielding all these characters. Let me go ahead and get that Green Devil mask.
Yeah. It worked though.
Oh, shit didn't
Crit
roll,
on
so
field a couple times.
I'll get a Jubilee.
Man, the fact that Robert was like, "Oh, you got them Rob rolls this time." Jared had Rob rolls throughout the whole entire match that last game.
He
Yeah.
did. How annoying was it that I used the
Okay.
invitation to take you guys out?
I mean, it was enjoyably frustrating.
Yeah.
Enjoyably frustrating. I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah. I didn't mind it. It's fun to see it work, you know?
Yeah, that was awesome. That's the first time that I've done it. I've never done that move before defensively.
It definitely
Yeah,
worked
done
out
that
for you.
since 2015.
Mm-hmm. It used to be one of the major things you do in like nets and worlds and stuff like that.
Yeah. I used to hear about it all the time. I've heard the legends, the
You
tales.
polymorph somebody's Jade Giant out for like one of their control characters.
Awesome. Good games, man.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was.
We always play good games, though.
Yeah, we do.
It's always fun watching you guys.
Aw.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Anyone have anything else to say?
Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, leave some hate, whatever you got to do. You know, usual.